When you've gotten some feedback from your strength coach, what is he liking about what the guys are doing? Where they're at? Was he surprised maybe where they were right now because they've been home for so long, or was he impressed with what their bodies look like?
Well, I think we said it the whole time that we trust our kids and we trust our team, and we kept saying to them, why can't you come back in as good a shape as if you were here? And that's obviously a big task, but the feedback we're getting from Coach Walker is that they came back in outstanding shape. A lot of the kids we asked to gain some weight, and they did, and good weight. And so we were really proud of the way they came back.
I mean, that speaks to just the accountability that these players have to get better and want to make this program better.
Yeah, I agree with you. And like I say, we don't take, we ask our guys to do things, and they go out and attempt to do it. And we don't take that for granted. We're very, very pleased about the way they came back.
The NCAA was able to release some dates for you, and you're going to get with your guys late July. What are you hoping to get out of that exactly, being able to work with them in July? I think you'll be able to have a ball, correct?
Yes. We'll end up having 2 weeks, basically not practice, but 2 weeks of walkthroughs, some things of that nature. The thing that we need is we need walkthroughs. We need to see how we retain our offense, our defense, our special teams, and they're allowing us to do that at a 6-hour-a-week pace for the last 2 weeks before normally we would start our two-a-days. So that's big for us. Maybe it'll help us figure out exactly if we have the right people in the right place. Obviously, the depth chart, when that's going to be fluctuating throughout.
Yeah, it doesn't make up for the lack of spring practice, but for the NCAA to grant you guys that, you've got to be happy with that.
I thought it was big. I thought it was huge. Otherwise you're going out there and you're making a lot of mental errors, a lot of mistakes. I think we can correct all that in that 2-week period.
How much have the Zoom meetings with your players changed? I know you're focused a lot on the freshmen who aren't here, but the guys who are here, who are now working out, have things adjusted with what their Zoom meetings entail?
We've cut down the older, we've been meeting basically since late March, early April with our veterans. And so we're trying to our goal was to get our freshman class updated, ready to go by the 26th of June. And we feel very confident that our freshmen are ready to come in here. And obviously, if they're physically ready to contribute, we think mentally they'll be ready.
Hey, speaking of one of your freshmen, we talked to Andy Boykin the other day. Definitely a character. What do you like about him?
Well, he's big. He can run, loves to play the game, very dynamic personality. Guy that in the future could probably be a leader on our football team, but big, strong, athletic guy that, some people decided that they might pass on him late, and we certainly weren't one of those. We needed him, and we waited on him.
I know that you did your homework when you hired your staff and you got these guys together to make sure that everyone gelled together. But during this time, how much have you gotten to know your staff and the guys on your staff personally, and what have you learned about them?
Well, I learned they are who I thought they would be, and more so. We have really good people, really good guys who know how to talk to people, know how to communicate, and have a strong passion for Arkansas. And, I wanted to hire people that felt Arkansas was what I think it is and know it is. And everything that tells me that that's how they feel, in recruiting. If we have a kid that's offered by so-and-so, well, he should be, and it's not, oh my, we're going to lose him. I wanted to hire guys that believe that we were a strong, strong program, as strong as anybody in the country. And family, I'm able to meet a little bit more of their families, some of the guys that I didn't know as well as others, and just really, really been very blessed and very pleased with our coaching staff.
How much have you been able to you mentioned their families, but get to know the families, them falling in love with the area. I know we can't get around a lot because of COVID, but really acclimating into Fayetteville and seeing what you see in this area and community.
Yeah, on that, mostly I just hear stories from the guys about, how much their wife, their children are enjoying Northwest Arkansas. We still haven't got together fully as a husband, wife, staff yet. I had the guys over 2 Fridays ago, and we just sat around and visited and had a good time. But as soon as this virus gets over a little bit more, I think we'll be able to have everybody together. But I think everybody's adjusting well here. And to be honest with you, it's easy because of the people of Arkansas. I mean, we have great people here. They're going to welcome you with open arms. And not just that, but really make you feel like you're wanted. And that's certainly how Arkansas is.
Speaking of the virus, have you talked with Hunter Yurchek or had any conversations with the spike that's happening in Northwest Arkansas right now? Is that concerning at all with what you guys are trying to do and come back and try to get football going?
We have, and it certainly is concerning. It's concerning about everyone's health, not just our football team. But, what we do is we just keep reiterating that, how to stay safe. And it's not necessarily, to be honest with you, unless in our building, it's more when the kids leave and they're out together, they're in their apartment, they're going out together, those things, that's where we really have to be smart about wearing masks and being apart and those things of that nature. And that's hard, for students that age. We understand that, but we're doing a great job, I think, of educating that way. And that's why our cases have been pretty low.
And on the topic of parents, I know that Sunday is Father's Day and you don't have kids of yourself, but you're a father to so many of these football players. What does this day symbolize for you in the role that you have?
Well, it's awesome. I get so many calls and texts and notes and mail. I don't deserve any of those things, but it's very, very gratifying when I get those. And I have Brad Davis here and Ryan Rhodes, and I've got notes they sent me on Father's Day from 20 years ago. So it's kind of cool.
When people call you a father figure, how does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel old, but it also obviously makes me feel, like maybe we've helped the kids. There's sternness, there's expectations, there's all those, there's love, there's a lot of things, and I think that's what coaching is. I think that's a big part of it.